All right, so I just have the suspension I was supposed to do last week. I didn't do it because the fog lights took a little bit longer than I imagined. So we just need to button up, get and finish it out so LT can get his element back. Yeah, I'm running just a month over because I should have been done last month, but I was going on vacation and all kind of other things. So let's get started on that, getting these wheels off. Alright, I stepped back out here in a garage because it is windy. After I jacked the car up, started taking off the wheels, I mean the wind just went crazy. So most of the video, I'm just going to speak over it, just leave you guys with some music. So because there's no way for me to video and all the wind is blowing. So let's get started on that. Alright, we're going to start by removing this brake caliper. I just use a flathead to pull the caliper back so it'll be easier to come off once you undo those two 12mm bolts that holds the caliper on. This just makes it so much easier. You can do it without using a flathead, or you could just take it off. It's a little bit harder. And if you're not reusing it, screw it. Just use a flathead and pull it back some. You don't have to be totally back, just a little bit enough so it'll just fall off easy, just like that. Just flips right off. And the second thing I was going to do is take off the brake line bracket. I'm going to show you right here in the corner. It's just taking this bolt off so the brake caliper can just sit on the ground or in a box. Alright, I'm not sure if anybody else have a problem with the ABS sensor, but I always do. And here's a picture of it here that's down in the hub, and I always have a problem getting that out. So what I have learned is to just unplug it. It's a 10mm bolt there, and just take the whole thing out with the hub, because I don't want to damage the ABS sensor. I did it once before trying to get it out, and after I broke it, I realized, hey, it unplugs right there, just a few inches away. So now I just do it this way. I unplug it, and there's two clips that's on the strut, and it's so much easier. It's so much easier because that little 10mm that's down there in that hub, it is so hard. Not the 10mm, but the actual sensor is very, very hard to get out. Most of the time I've seen it, especially this rust. Okay, so back to the caliper bracket, taking off the shoes. So it's two bolts, I believe they're 17s in the back that you have to break loose in order to get the rotor off. Actually, being that you could see everything was kind of rusty, it wasn't too bad breaking all the bolts loose. Now I have to say, the rear, I did have to, you'll see that in later in the video, but I did have to cut the sway bar links off because they wouldn't budge. The front was fine actually because somebody replaced them already, so they wasn't bad at all. So here I'm just turning it just to line it back up. Now it's two Phillips screws that hold the rotors on, all four rotors, and you need this. I use a special tool. It's like an impact screwdriver. You twist it because it has a left to right, left to take it off. So you just twist it real hard and hammer it, and it'll break any big Phillips screw or flathead or loose, because it does come with 4 different fittings. It technically does not have to be that tight. I usually when I put it back on, I usually put it just 1 or 2 hits of the hammer, but I don't put it like this. Was ridiculous. I had to hammer in order to get this thing off. Alright, so I know you guys what you're thinking. Why are you cutting off the cotter pan? That joker was rusted in there. I couldn't get it out. And I tried pulling, hammering, all kind of stuff, straighten it out. I don't have any fire. One of my torches, I just don't have it. I need to get another can. But it's worked. I just cut it off and it came right on out with the impact. And I didn't have any issues with it whatsoever. I did spray it down. As you can see, a little spray it pretty much everywhere. It was so slippery I couldn't even get the crescent wrench on there. But eventually I did break it loose, and I was actually happy that it popped out, because if it was anything like the lower ball joint, I was gonna be in trouble. So, but it came out pretty easy, as you see. So the next thing I want to do is unbolt the lower control arm, pulling that bolt out so I can get the axle out. So on here, I want to take the whole thing off, because it'll make it easier for you guys to see and for me to work on. I know a lot of people like, oh, you could just do this and do that, and you don't have to take all that apart. And it was just one more bolt to take the whole unit off. I just didn't. It's just easier that way to me. I know it's a little more, a lot more work, but to me it was easier. And also, you want to support that axle, because it can pull out it's inside the boot is 3 little bearings in there, and it could actually pull out of there. And sometimes I have problems, especially if it falls apart. So I have to sit there for a while trying to get it back together. Worst case scenario, you have to pull off the axle and try to fit it back in that way so gravity can take over. So see, and pulling everything out, and just set it to the side, and let's get to work. Alright, so I got the lower control arm knuckle on a soft grass. I don't want to put it on the concrete because I could damage the threads for the lugs. So what I do first is just remove the castle nut from there, so I can hammer it out. And as you could tell, as you can see, it's going to be very easy to get it off with just a couple blows. That easy. It came off that easy. Usually it'll take a while for it to come off, but it came off pretty easy. I was actually really surprised how much easier it is. Yeah, that bushing, I was trying to pull it off so you guys can see it is bad. That ball joint was gone. You see how limp it is? Ding, ding, ding. My man got problems. So it doesn't have a cotter pin, so that tells me that's factory. Usually aftermarket has a factory, has a cotter pin, not a cotter pin, but a E-clip. And I just used a press and it came out, and wiggly. Yep, it's definitely problems. So I got the new one, press it in real quick. Now on this tool, it says don't use an impact. I use an impact every time, but I just keep the shaft with grease on it, so it won't hurt it too bad. But it always helps. This press helps so much. And that's pretty much it. And now I just gotta tap on the E-clip, because I have some E-clip tools, but it doesn't open up wide enough, so I have to get it and put it on there like that. See, you see it? E-clip is on, so it's just ready to go. All right, so it's time to put the lower control back in. Now, when I put these back in, I do tighten up the front one, that one right there, where I got my left hand at. I do tighten that one all the way up, but the back one, I don't tighten it up until it's on the ground. Once it's on the ground, then I get my extension in there and fully tighten it, because you don't want to damage that bushing. Because if you tighten it like really tight where it's angled all the way up or down, but with these cars, the front one keeps it, as you see, it keeps it kind of level. If your bushing was bad or broken, it would just droop down because of the back bolt is not in there. So I just get it snugged, and then I'm taking it off to taking the socket off to tighten the to just get it snugged up enough where it still moves, but that front bolt is what's keeping it held up. But I didn't video that part. Once I got on the ground, I just reached in there with a long extension and tightened it a little bit tighter. Just a few more ugga-duggas. Not too many, just a few. Cause that's torque spec. That one, I sent it to the moon. As you can see, it just kept popping off. But I held on there 2 hands. One of the things you guys need to pick up, you're gonna work the anti-seize. Put that on everything. And yes, it is true about anti-seize. Once you open that bottle, just open it, you will have it everywhere. Everywhere you even imagine, your face, arms, everywhere it goes. That stuff is crazy. I didn't think, that stuff happens like that, but it does. So that'll help the lower ball control. Just in the future, if somebody has to replace it, it's going to be easy and don't have to beat it to death. And also, you want to put a little bit on the actual axle. I'm putting some on the screws for the top knuckle where it goes into the strut, because those will get hard too. It'd be hard to get them off if they seized on there. So always put some. I put that stuff everywhere. But what I should have done, I should have waited on putting on this axle, because I got that stuff everywhere. Because I had grabbed the axle by accident. So I should have just got it somewhat in the area, then put it in there, and then slide the axle into the hub. But I didn't. I just went on ahead and sent it. And the problem was, as you can see, I got that wire there holding it up, and when I went to remove that wire, it went all on my knees. I didn't even know how it got there. It was everywhere. So as you can see, I grabbed it there again, but then I moved my hand up, but you see some on my thumb. But it helps to put the anti-seize on there, just in case in the future you have to replace the axle, or even just replacing the actual hub there. It won't be too hard. It really doesn't. So I always recommend putting some of that stuff on everything, even though it gets on everything. Next, you just want to put the 2 top bolts back in. It goes, the bolt goes forward towards the car on both sides. And it's I forgot the size of that. I think the nut is a 19 and the bolt is a 17, if I'm not mistaken. It could be a little bit different, but I believe it is. And the nut is actually pretty big. It may be a 20 or 22. Somebody put in the comments down below what that size is. I just don't remember. Off camera, I did clean up everything. Cleaned the caliper bracket. We are putting new rotors and pads on, so alright, so now, putting the axle on, I totally forgot about that. Watching the video here, but I forgot about that. So you put that on there and you lock it down. Alright, so as you can see, I did put anti-seize, like I said, everywhere. This car
be able to come back apart pretty easy. I put it all around there, and then also I kind of pushed some in those screw holes that we was having a problem with earlier, because I did notice that it had rust on the end of it, so that's probably why it was hard to get off there. And got the new rotors. I did put paint on the hat there. Reason being because it would start rusting, kind of almost like immediately. Once you clean the oil off the rotor with the parts cleaner or whatever you want to use, carburetor cleaner, but it cleans all. You want to clean all that oil off. Now you see I'm just tapping it a few times to lock them in, and I know they come back apart because I put the anti-seize on it. All right, so we go 5 through the back. The back was super simple. All the bushings are okay. I just had to clean up the brake dust and all that good stuff. Get some paint on there so it won't rust again. And also replace the swaybar length on it also. So this is just a quick overview. Everything on the front happened in the back except, you know, removing other A-arms and all that good stuff. So you see putting the great anti-seize on there to stop any extra rust and all that good stuff. And yes, I did get it everywhere, and it's still there to this day. As you guys remember, the calipers was extremely rusty. I had treated them and wire brushed them a while ago, and I did it some more. You see it's all painted nice. All of them look like that all around. I know I didn't capture the front because I forgot to press record.
All right, so got it all done. It was a long time. Now I just showed you guys the what is that? The driver's side. The driver's side. I just showed you guys the driver's side, but I did the passenger side first, and then I did the driver's side because one side, other, it's the same. It's the same. Now I wish I would have did a video of the front one, because you know how I took the A-arm off and the upper control, no, A-arm and what is that, the knuckle? Well, I took that off the hub and everything, and I hammered it out because it's easier to do it. That, to me, it's easier to do it that way instead of beating the heck out of the A-arm. Now on this car, that left driver's side A-arm's been replaced. So all the bushings was good. So that's a big plus. All the bushings was good. But back to the passenger side, lower ball joint. So just like I said, I took the A-arm off and the knuckle on the hub, whatever, and I had hammered it out the same way. But when I did the passenger side, the ball joint, the whole thing shot down the street. Like across the street. That was because I hit it hard as hell. And I didn't know I hit it that hard, but it knocked it completely out. But that was kind of funny. But I wish you guys would have seen that. But that's probably gonna be it on the element, the black element. It's ready to go back home to LT. So that's pretty much going to be it on that one. Oh, the only thing else I got to detail, I got to clean the inside because it's a little dirty. So that's probably going to be, I don't know, it's supposed to get super cold this week. So I don't know about the weekend. Hopefully it'll be nice and hot and get it cleaned. Really windy right now. So thank you guys so much. Until then, I will talk to you guys later. Please comment, like, subscribe, whatever the case may be, so I can at least get to 4,000 subs this year. I'm moving really slow because I haven't been putting out a ton of videos, but it is what it is. Until then, later. Don't be scared.